Hi guys, I'm Annaliese, and as promised, I'm here to recap the famous double elimination from episode 10, ANTM British Invasion. You guys have been super patient with me on this one. Patience and support is always welcome, so please do give this video a thumbs up, hit the bell notification, follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Okay, so I broke episode 10 down into 3 parts. First, I did the acting challenge with Annaliese, then it was the terrifying Macau Tower photo shoot. In fact, this video will probably make a lot more sense if you watch those first, so I'll pop the link above. But I'm assuming most of you have, because this video is about the elimination, the double elimination. Now, in a logical world, how well you place in call-outs should reflect how well you did in the acting challenge and the photo shoot. But we know now that nothing in this show is logical, and it's actually all down to production and how well they want you to place. Just to recap, from the challenge, I would say that Ebony and Sophie did the worst because they flubbed their lines. Laura won, but I would actually personally say that I think me and Alicia did better than her. When it comes to the photo shoot, it could be really easy to say that obviously Sophie and Alicia were the most scared, which definitely could have affected their performance. But again, we now know that that hasn't got much to do with what photo is going to be picked by production. You could easily perform amazingly on the day and still have a proper rubbish shot. Come on now, you didn't think I was going to do one of my videos and not showcase the look? I've gone full-on tartan glam in this jacket from Primark. I've got some super cool accessories here, rocking that melanin magic. And as we all know from lockdown, trousers are not essential. Back to the point of this video, recapping the double elimination from episode 10 of ANTM British Invasion. Now, I'm actually going to put my own personal call-out order at the end of this one, so make sure you stick around for that, because I've got opinions and I want to share them. Let's get to it. Okay, Tyra, bring the glam.
And then there were 5.
We look so cute.
Noted fashion photographer Nigel Barker, legendary fashion PR maven Kelly Catrone, and the hotness, our guest judge. You guys spent a lot of time with him, Nick.
Well, Laura did.
Nick is one of the biggest music and movie stars in all of China. He also won the best-selling Chinese Artist Award at the World Music Awards in Monte Carlo. The winner will receive a fashion spread in Vogue Italia and be featured on Vogue.it. She will also be a fashion guest correspondent for Extra. She will have a single produced by CBS. She's going to be the face of the America's Next Top Model fragrance, Dream Come True. She will have an opportunity to be signed by LA Models and New York Model Management. And she'll have a $100,000 contract with CoverGirl Cosmetics. I am lightheaded, and I don't know if it's because of the heights that you guys went to or because Nick is so damn fun. But let's get started.
All right, who's first?
Our ladies were 764 feet in the air on the Macau Tower, and you were photographed by Nigel Barker. First up is Annaliese.
Oh, it's me.
Hello, guys.
Nah, this is one of my best elimination looks.
So,
Although my hair was much thicker back then.
how was it?
I actually thought it was going to be worse than it was. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I did it.
Well, let's see if the fun turned into fabulousness.
Now, they had harnesses on that you can't necessarily see in the picture. A lot of the other girls kind of just ignored it. You made it and put it into your pose and kind of had these great archer moves.
Here you really look like a warrior to me. This looks like a yogic warrior pose. I don't have any criticism of the shot. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's very dominant, but not to the point where it's desperate, so you got the whole focus of the picture.
I know you want to give strong, but you're also going... So you have to remember how to relax the nose.
Yes.
But well done, warrior.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you very much.
Thank you.
So it's really hard now, knowing that the photos are picked by production, to critique these photos. But the production gods must have been smiling on me, because I think this is a pretty good shot from me. The judges were very nice to me. I was definitely not used to that. And as for the nostril thing, I think that was just the wind.
Alicia.
kind of like an odd pose. And we went
Very
with
odd.
this because it was the most editorial. I think you did a good job. Could you have done better? I believe so.
This
Yes.
picture to me looks like you were on the way to church on a Sunday morning about 50, 60 years ago. Woo, child, it's windy up in here. Woo, it's windy up in here. That's what I see. But at the same time, I find it quite interesting. If you would have just given me a little bit more swan neck, this would have been like high fashion Sunday.
It's not my favorite photo of you. You look like a supermodel. You look like a hot girl. It doesn't come through in your photos yet for me, and I'm getting concerned.
Thank you.
Considering she was petrified, this isn't like a butt ugly, awful shot. However, it's never good news when Tyra makes a joke out of your photo, like with the woo child and the oh no. In fact, it's actually quite hard to stand there and take it and like laugh at the joke at your own expense. After this feedback, Alicia fully knew that she was going to leave regardless. Also, did you notice that Nigel said we chose this picture? It actually makes me think that maybe Nigel had a bit of a say in terms of what photo got picked.
You don't look like a model to me.
Maybe it was production.
And it's not because you can't.
Anyway.
Thank you. Sophie. Alrighty, Sophie, how was it?
It wasn't good for me. It was really probably the most petrifying thing.
She was so nervous.
You really surprised me. You would freak out and go, ah, no, no, ah, Nigel, help me. And then you would calm down and go, those moments I could shoot.
She does not look petrified, in any way.
I think she does.
Gesture, posture.
Thank you.
I think it's awesome that you overcame your fear, but I'm not loving the shot of you. I don't love the pose. I feel like you're kind of like a weather vane trying to bring in a lightning bolt that I'm not seeing. I'm not really digging it.
Yeah, some honesty.
If I was on the edge of a cliff for GQ magazine, leaning on a petrified tree, I just went somewhere else. I was like, I'm gonna give them the product, but I'm not gonna give them me, or else we're not gonna get the shot because I am so scared.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's so not easy to do, Tyra. If said product is on said model who is said terrified, it's very hard to separate the two. I mean, maybe that's why she's a professional supermodel, right? As for Sophie, I honestly feel like she was favorited throughout the competition. Only Kelly had something negative to say, and I kind of thought it was the truth, to be fair. And then Tyra just gave advice that's like really hard to follow. I think that if this photo came from any other girl, it would have got ripped apart.
Ebony.
You weren't scared at all. You were confident. Because you were so confident, this was an opportunity for you to really rock it. And there were so many of your shots that I went through. The body language was good, but the face wasn't.
I don't love the shot. It's like a real Tower of Pisa meets candy store thing. And with the proportion of the headpiece to your arm, it really takes the pose and moves it all the way over. And it's really hard for me to get a concept of the proportion of your dress.
To me, that's a very gutsy pose to pull off with such heights.
I think the pose is good. I would have liked to see a little bit more tension with it, but when I look at your face in pictures, you don't seem to understand.
It's flat. Probably the most constructive feedback there for Ebony's photo. I have no clue why I'm agreeing with Kelly these days, but that proportions comment actually made sense to me. Although you could blame the headpiece. Nigel is clearly keeping up the narrative that he did have something to do with picking the photos. I mean, maybe that is true, because obviously Nigel was not only our photographer, but he was a judge as well. So I can hardly see him handing over his roll of film without having some kind of input. But when our photographers were not judges, maybe that's when production stepped in and started picking the photos. I mean, let's face it, it's kind of hard to ignore a photographer's opinion if he's sitting right there on the panel.
And last but not least is Laura.
Okay, I'll go first. I love it. It's amazing. It's totally expansive.
Amazing.
You're taking your whole area. The hand's a little played for me, but I love it.
Thank you.
I think the angle of the face is brilliant, but I think the legs, the lower part body, you could have extended it a little more.
Okay, Nicholas with the feedback.
I have to cheat my angles too.
I think this picture is absolutely beautiful. And this is what I'm talking about, a model knowing her angles. And I feel you. And you won the challenge this week, so congratulations. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay, so now it is time for the judges to deliberate. And when I call you back, I will announce which one of you is eliminated.
So I kind of think that Laura's photo was a bit overrated. I mean, obviously her face was stunning, and it was, I completely agree. But I don't think it warranted all the praise it got. I don't know, am I being harsh? Has this, like, all these review videos got me negative? But yeah, it was no surprise to us that Laura got positive feedback. Let's see if the judges' opinions changed behind our backs for the famous flip-flop. We now know that the judges were asked to give positive and negative sound bites for production to choose from. This was all confirmed in Mr. J's chats. I will pop the link to my videos to that above. Okay, here we go.
Are y'all ready to eliminate somebody?
They're always ready.
Y'all ready to eliminate somebody?
That's harsh.
Annaliese.
I mean, she's a television hostess. She's snappy and happy, but she's not a model.
She may be a better actress.
So do you think you could see her maybe in a movie with you?
In motion picture, yes.
She had 3 weeks of horrible pictures. She's not a model.
Look,
She's not a model.
Her pictures are getting better. And top model history, there's a girl called Mercedes, who was, for me, very similar to Annaliese, who's gone on to be a commercial success. And she was from, what, season 2 of America's Next Top Model? Still modeling. And Annaliese, for me, is the perfect example of the fact that if you have the desire to win, you can get up there and actually produce fantastic pictures.
Alicia.
Alicia's the girl that I feel should be able to model, but she can't. You know, Annaliese, on one hand, gets out there and really goes for it. And Alicia, on the other hand, steps out there. She doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know what her feet are doing.
Yeah, I think she has a lot of room to improve.
Really, there's nothing sadder than a 6-foot girl who's a size 2 that's that beautiful. That's not photogenic. I mean, the whole modeling world is crying somewhere.
So what do you do when you have one girl who is not a model and could walk into any agency and not get signed?
Right.
Which is Annaliese.
Right.
And then you have Alicia, who could walk into the agency, they take a Polaroid and go, okay, we'll work with this.
For me personally, I just need the person to be able to smile. I need them to be able to actually have a sense of humor.
Sophie.
This shot to me is like I said, she's like a weather vane, like, the temperature tonight, electricity.
Out of the 5, I think, she is the most energetic. Her smile is so adorable. You would almost, let her slip by with her, the little faults.
I think Sophie was quite remarkable. It was very tough to be
But
up
Nigel,
there.
when people look at a photograph, they don't understand the history of what got the girl in the moment.
but-
But as a publicist, I would have been the chick on the phone going, holy cow, this girl is in tears. We have $200,000 on the line, and I don't think she's going to be able to deliver.
But she did.
Ish.
Ebony.
This is a difficult photo for me to look at with the arm, with the hair.
She's got to learn her angles more.
I kind of feel like this is like the scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz. She's lucky that some bird didn't land on her elbow.
It's evident that she's a stunning girl, but it needs more than that. Here we are, everybody else is either excited or terrified, okay? She was really neither. I want that personality.
Laura.
It's enchanting. It could be Belgian for a Japanese client, American client, Italian Vogue, Dirk Bickenberg, Rick Owen, Calvin Klein, Ralph Lauren, Issey Miyake, Yohji Yamamoto,
She's in Japan right now.
Sonia Rykiel.
Oh, she's in France.
I'm a fan of Laura's, but at the same time, I think that, she wouldn't necessarily have done so much better than the other girls. They were just absolutely terrified, and she was not.
We have reached a decision.
So there wasn't too much flip-flopping going on. I mean, Kelly had to bring up the whole host thing. I don't know why that makes her so mad for some reason. It was kind of obvious who their favourite was, but while all that deliberating was going on, there was crazy, crazy tension backstage. Like, Alicia was crying. We were literally all huddled around her in the bathroom. She just kept saying she wanted to go home, and she made it very clear that if she was in the bottom 2, she would definitely walk. There was like no consoling her. And we all knew as well that, especially from the feedback, that there might be a chance that Ebony and Alicia would be in the bottom 2, which would just make everything 10 times worse because they were so tight. Anyway, let's see what order they put us in.
Five beautiful young ladies stand before me, but I only have 4 photos in my hands. And these photos represent the girls that are still in the running towards becoming America's Next Top Model. The first name that I'm going to call is Best Photo.
We all know who it is.
Laura.
She wasn't even excited.
Congratulations.
Smiled.
You're still in the running towards becoming America's Next Top Model. Runner-up for best photo is Sophie.
That is a madness. Makes no sense to me.
Congratulations. The next name that I'm going to call is Annaliese.
About time. I mean, you can really see that we went through something while deliberation was happening.
Congratulations.
The energy
You're
is
still
low.
running towards becoming America's next top model.
Thank you.
Will Ebony and Alicia please step forward?
Oh, it was sad.
Two beautiful young ladies stand before me, but I only have one photo in my hands. And this photo represents the girl that is still in the running towards becoming America's next top model. Both of you share some of the highest potential in this competition.
I agree.
From week to week, the judges look at you, Ebony, and look at you, Alicia, and go, whoa, amazing. These girls walk into a room and excite. But then I utter a couple of words, which is, let's see your best shot. And the judges are disappointed from week to week to week. So who
That's
stays
because you
in
got
this
production choosing the photo, honey.
competition? Alicia.
And we knew what this meant.
I can't stay.
You can't stay?
I can't be selfish when I know that I need to do things for myself. I can't do it. I'm not gonna take it away from them, and I'm not gonna take it from her. So I would rather walk away to get my spirit back and to just feel like Alicia again. I'm not being ungrateful.
I don't see you as being ungrateful. There's no wrong for you to walk away. So you can leave, but Ebony is leaving with you.
Dropped it right there, boy. Nope, Ebony is leaving too. Look at us, distressed.
So you gotta get in that mirror and practice the faces. That's what I had to do. We're similar, where it's not like every angle is good, but you can find those angles, okay?
My journey here on Top Model has been a lot more lows than highs when it's come to panel, which is unfortunate because America never got to see the person who I know is inside of me.
Don't worry, America is seeing all of you, Ebony. You are smashing it. Well done,
It's
boo.
important to keep in mind all the advice Tyra has tried to instill in me along the way.
You've got so much potential, but there's something here that is not connecting to how amazing. Even just now, I wish I had a camera.
Britain's to model was hard, but this is harder, and I'm not gonna. I don't want to forget myself. Every time I see those pictures come out, I can't relate to it. I just feel like it's not me. I'm there, but I'm not there. I'm pretending to be happy when I'm not, and I try to be strong, but physically, I don't feel strong. Like it's just too much. And my mum said, if you feel like you lost your spirit, then you come home, and I have. I want to go home.
Actually really hard to watch. Like, none of us wanted to see Alicia walk away like that. But she said it. She'd lost her spirit, and let's face it, you can't continue without your spirit. But I definitely feel like the judges got this one wrong. Here's how I would have done things.
First name that I'm going to call is best photo.
Me, for goodness sake. I actually wish that in all the photos you could see more of the skyline, but obviously the weather said no. I think that my shot is the most dynamic. A balance between a good pose and good face, good energy. Maybe I would have went on a tiptoe right there, but I would have blown off the building.
Runner-up for best photo is
Laura. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this, but I do think that there's a tranquility about it. Obviously, the face is stunning, but for me, the pose and the legs, they're just a bit squished. Some length really would have been appreciated. And sorry, Nigel, But I don't like the composition of this shot. All that grey sky, no. But I'm kind of thinking that since Laura won the challenge, maybe that's why she was called first. Now, this is where it starts to get harder because you've got to kind of weigh up. What do you value more? Is it the pose or is it the face? So I've chosen to go for Ebony. Now, when I was doing the recap of the actual Macau Tower photo shoot, I said that Ebony looked quite limmy, like her limbs were kind of awkward, a bit gawky. I don't know. I feel like her face isn't really saying much, but I like how it's filling up the shot, so that's definitely a tick point. I feel like in this instance, I've gone for pose over face. So in my bottom two are Alicia and Sophie. Now, I'm not feeling either of these poses. They're both very straight, like no shape at all. However, that was because fear was running through their veins. But when it comes to who I would eliminate, I think at this stage, it's got to come down to your body of work. And although one of these girls did better in the challenge, I don't think it could save her. So the fourth name I'm going to call is Sophie. Now, Sophie's never been in the bottom two, but I kind of feel like she deserved it. I mean, yeah, I do think the face is good. It's interesting, but I think that's only in comparison to the stiff body. I actually think that this photo is in line on the same kind of level as her silkworm photo shoot, and the judges didn't like that, but they were all for this. They called her before me. That means I would have chose to send home Alicia. Now, to me, this would have been the perfect outcome. There would have been 4 of us left instead of a piddly 3, and Alicia would have got her wish to go home without all the extra dramatics. Wow, kind of tired after that one. But there you go. That was my recap from the double elimination from episode 10, ANTM British Invasion, plus my own personal call-out order. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really do appreciate the support. Please continue to do so by hitting that bell notification, giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and giving me a follow on Instagram. I definitely think it's time that I focused on my fashion content, so please do keep an eye out for that. You can also check out my outfit check styling videos along with my model diary playlist. Thank you so much again. Bye.